I got something for you too that's gonna fucking blow your fucking minds, dude. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
And I just literally just thought of it now. I go out to dinner last night with my wife and 2 kids. Okay. And we're sitting down and Stacy starts telling a story. Now I wasn't being rude, but I was not, my kids were acting up. So as I'm trying to tell my kids to chill, Dad, can I have your phone? She's trying to tell me the story. So then I wasn't paying attention fully. And I just go, wait, what happened? She goes, forget it, dude. You're not listening. And I go, no, I'm sorry. And in my mind, I'm like, this better be a good story. Okay. Cause I'm just in a mood. Right. She tells me that she went to school with somebody in elementary school that she recently reconnected with. And the husband of this woman that she went to elementary school with was a guy who was a 2-time felon. And there's a podcast out about it. And now they might make a movie. The reason I thought of this is because you said movie rights. So in the state of California, I believe if you go 3-time felony and it's something you go to jail, they fucking throw away. If depending on what it is, if it's armed robbery or if it's a robbery felony in the state of California, if it's 3 times, you go away for a really, really fucking long time, like life. Him and a buddy decided to rob another house when he had this shit on the line. This is fucking fascinating. And the guy who lives in the house leaves and they see through the crack of the door a safe. And the guy leaves and the fucking husband goes in and they steal the fucking safe, but they just take the whole safe and they get it out of the fucking house.
Well, you have it bolted to the floor. You buy a safe big enough that you can't carry out. Go ahead.
They open the fucking safe and in it, they find diapers, some that are wet, some that are dry. They find lubricants. They find a hard drive and it's tons and tons of disgusting child baby porn. And the guy decides, the guy who finds it decides, I have to rat myself out to put this fucking monster away, even though it's my 3rd fucking felony, because I can't have this guy there. So he fucking sends it in and they're trying to do a plea with him, but because it's a felony, but then there was another guy with him, dude. And I think the guy ended up doing like 14 years or something. Stacy said she's halfway through the podcast. They're trying to get movie rights, but this guy opened this safe and saw a fucking monster, dude. Saw something that's out there in the world that just needs to be fucking stopped and did that. And I was just
he was like, hey, I knew I was fucked up, but gee, this guy's crossing lines.
Like, Judge, what are we doing here, Judge? I mean, what do we? No, but like that is so I guess the point of the story
I didn't rape his daughter.
Stacy's story got real
good. His fat face. I took money, Charlie. Fucking money.
That's good. So Stacy's story got good.
Yeah, that's a great story.
Dude, that is movie shit. Like if you saw that in a movie, you'd go, nah, that would never. Like that's crazy, dude.
He couldn't have dropped it off anonymously.
That's what I was thinking.
But you need the evidence. You got to be like, listen, I took this out of his place, and this was. Oh wow.
I thought like, can't you drop it off with a letter? But no, you gotta be like, look, we ran into the fucking house, and then they look you up, and then you're fucked. But good on that guy.
Can you imagine that guy, that fucking creep, when he came home and his safe was gone? Oh boy.
He called. He actually, Stacy said in the podcast, he called up saying some things were taken of mine. He was like so freaked out that he called because he figured he could just get his safe back. So he called and so he kind of took part in it too.
Oh, gee, I would have been like, that's not my shit. I've never seen that before in my life. Excuse me. I'm going to go have sex with an adult.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, that's like, who holds that? I mean, that's
wow.
Yeah, dude. But that makes you think, what else is out there, man? That makes you think, what else is out there? The fucking evil that lurks. It actually made me feel better about anything bad in my family.
Why can't evil hang out, Paul?
What?
Why does evil have to lurk? Come on, if it's so bad, man, why don't you come out in the open, man? Stop lurking.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to follow up. He caught a pedophile. I mean, you've taken this podcast in a direction, Paul. Now we're on a way. Now we're talking evil. I got something for you. I was thinking this the other day. Like, this mixed martial arts stuff, Paul.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, if you walk in there and you have hands and feet and a head, they're going to teach you how to do it. Why don't they do any sort of background check? Like, there should be like a fucking thing. Like, they got that app you can find your cell phone. They should have like that for a sociopath or a fucking predator or a toxic person. Why would you teach them that shit? Because you know what I mean?
Oh, I see
you
what
think
you're
like,
saying.
all right, I'm
I
going
see-
to learn self-defense and all that fucking shit. Well, what's stopping the lunatic from learning it too? I mean, they'll teach it to anybody. Those fucking whores down there at the dojos.
It's hard to find out a sociopath though, because they're so good at manipulating. That's
for you or I.
That's true.
But experts? Come on. Paul, wait a minute. You're pretty good at reading people.
Yeah, I mean, a sociopath, it's hard to. I know a couple sociopaths that they kind of came under the radar. Okay, no, there's a couple people that came under the radar because they.
Yeah, but were they sociopaths or they were just like selfish people that put up a front?
What's your definition? Let's do this, Andrew. You could get in on this too because I don't know what the difference between somebody that is unbelievably narcissistic and self-involved versus a sociopath. Because I don't
think a narcissistic person could actually watch something. Yeah, watch something terrible happening and have no feeling for it, like past a certain level. Like a narcissist, they don't see ever that they're wrong or whatever. And in their not seeing it, usually continue the pain with whoever they're with. But I would think like a sociopath is like, who was that? Somebody the Terrible, one of these guys. He used to do this fucking thing where this horrible torture. Ivan the Terrible, I think.
Yeah.
So they would have this thing. They would have literally this thing that had like a point on it. They fucking make you sit on it, and eventually it would just work its way right up through your body, and it would come out your mouth. Just agonizing death that took forever. He was known for doing it. And he went to meet with this guy, and they had a whole field of people sitting there moaning and dying in this thing, and he just sat there eating fucking lunch with this guy. That's a fucking sociopath.
Wow. Yeah, I mean.
Now, a narcissist just wants to get credit like, hey, that was my idea to put everybody on those things. And I feel like that torture device should be named after me. I don't know, Paul. This is beyond my pig.
All right. Well, how about this? We'll take this.
Bill, you were right. You were right. I mean, you summed it up.
Really? Well, thank you, Dr. Themelis.
Well, I read. I mean, I had to. I got
concurred.
I got a computer over here. It
You
says.
Are a sociopath.
Oh, by the way, Dr. Phil.
You need to stop torturing people by ripping up their rectums.
Am I right?
Divorce.
Am I right?
Yeah, he never got a divorce.
Let me ask you this. If two tadpoles want to become frogs and there's only one puddle. Sorry. I don't know where to go with that.
Everybody pointed out he did not get a divorce, by the way. That wasn't true.
Oh, he didn't?
No.
I thought he was going through a divorce.
Oh, I thought he was
I found no articles. Everything just said that he was married. It was just all about his ex-wife.
Good.
Married.
So he kept his house. All right, Philly, good for you.
He probably paid her to stick around. You will ruin everything. Dude,
I have the money to make you disappear.
You are fucking things up.
Our house is so big, I could just say you're in another part.